All right, so quick demonstration of our newest component. If I go into an opportunity, we can see we can see our typical highlighter panel with the regular highlights that we have. In this case, there's three of them that are showing up. But sometimes people want to have highlights over here um, in a related area. And we have a new component now that is called field set with highlights, which I'll go ahead and put over here. Let me add a new tab and I'll call it highlights, or let me call it pipeline updates. I'll make that the first thing that shows up when you come onto the page. And now I'm going to put this component in here. Now this component asks for a few things. First of all, which object are we dealing with? Second of all, it lets us put in some information as a header. And then we can choose a field set. Now the field sets are created on the opportunity, in this case, or whatever object you're dealing with in advance. So we could choose one of the field sets and see what fields are in there. I'm going to do the pipeline field set in this case. We can choose an icon name from all the ones that are available in Lightning, but in this case, this looks good for me because we're on an opportunity. And then you can also change the columns to two or one column. One column typically works best on smaller screens. So I'm going to go ahead and save that and come back to the opportunity. And now you can see, oh, maybe I didn't make this show up immediately, but you can see that you have highlights here. So if we were to load the page like that, okay, so when you first get onto the page, if it's like this, then you'll have these highlights, right? So this, I think, is set so that if it's a small opportunity, it would not have any highlights. This down here, as you can see, just is set to show up if you haven't updated this opportunity this week, then it'll be red. And the next steps are just, highlighted if they're empty. So in this case, there you go. If you update the, I think it's like a 1,000 threshold, or maybe it was 500 and then 1,000 and then 5,000 or something along those lines. So if I put this like 6,500, let's say, yeah, it turns more red. So the bottom line is that it would allow you to go through all of your opportunities. In this case, as you can see, so as soon as I type in, the next step, this will unhighlight as well as the last modified date because I just did that, and then the amount would be highlighted appropriately. Of course, the stage can also be highlighted in some way if you wanted to. But the bottom line is that as you browse through your opportunities, your eye can be drawn over here to the important things that you need to update on your weekly, before your weekly sales calls or whatever, so that you can have that information right here. Of course, if you want to, you can have it in the main page as well, but a lot of our clients are going to layouts, and so they're kind of piecemealing the information throughout the screen, and this allows you to quickly do that. Now it's very simple to add, as an administrator, to add fields into those field sets. Like for example, if I go into the pipeline and there's a field like, let's say, I think there's a competitor field in here. Yeah, like, no, that's primary campaign. Main competitors. So let's say you wanted to put that in there as well and save. If I come back here and refresh the page, that automatically would add this field into here, main competitors. And so the bottom line is you're able to maintain the areas that you want to draw attention to. And of course, this does as well work with the modern the ability to hide, right? You can have filters depending on the user or whatever else. So you could just hide this entirely if it's not applicable. Maybe the opportunity is closed, or maybe you only want to show this if the person owns the opportunity, and so they need to start, looking at what they need to update. So the bottom line is we provide you a way to highlight in a really targeted capacity. Thank you.